Welcome, guys. Today we're going to be reading our shared story, and it's called The Dream Catcher. Now, you have two options right now. You can either watch this video and listen to the story that way, or you can go in your Small Wonders book. It's on pages 38, 39, 40, and 41. You can read it to yourself. My suggestion for you is if you're not coming to class, so you're not seeing it read live and you're not doing that, both read it and listen to it. It's a great idea for your brain to boost. Remember, our big question this week is what can traditions teach you about cultures? And we talked about traditions being those special things that we do kind of over and over and over. And sometimes they're passed on to us from other people. Cultures being a group of people's beliefs or the things that are important to them. And we'll learn more about that as we go this week. Our genre this week is realistic fiction. We'll talk about that a little bit. Fiction meaning it's not true, so it's not a true story. But realistic meaning it kind of seems like it could be real. There's nothing magical happening. The story could take place, but the characters are made up. All right, listen in. Peter walked home from school. Salty tears ran down his cheeks, and his stomach hurt. He didn't know what to do. Grandmother was waiting for him on the front porch. "What's wrong, Bayan?" said Peter's grandmother. Bayan was the Ojibwe name for Peter. He called her Nukomis, which means grandmother. Peter looked up. "I have to give a presentation where I talk about a family tradition. I know we have lots of beliefs and customs. Can you remind me of one?" Nokomis smiled and nodded her head. "Come with me," she said. Peter followed Nokomis. She went to a closet and stretched to reach the top shelf. She pulled out a small box and blew away the dust. She handed it to Peter. "Open it," she said. Peter opened the box. He spotted a wooden hoop inside. It was the shape of a circle. String was woven and twisted around the hoop. It looked like a spider web. A black bead sat near the center. Feathers hung from the bottom. Peter wiped away his tears and he smiled. "This is a dream catcher," said Nokomis. "Our people have made these for many years. Circles are symbols of unity and strength. Let's hang it over your bed tonight. It will catch your bad dreams in the web, and your good dreams will fall through the center. Maybe it will give you courage to do your presentation." "Can I take this one to school?" asked Peter. "No, Bayan," said Nokomis. "This dream catcher is precious. I got it when I was your age. It means a lot to me." Peter felt disappointed because he wanted to share the dream catcher with his class. "We could make you one," said Nokomis. "I'd like that," cried Peter. Nokomis and Peter worked together and made a dream catcher. That night, as he gazed and looked at the dream catcher over his bed, he made a plan. The next morning, he told Nokomis his plan. "I'm going to show my class how to make a dream catcher," he said. "That's a great idea," said Nokomis. "Let's celebrate after your presentation. I will bake corn cookies and we will have a traditional Ojibwe party." Peter shared his dream catcher with his classmates and showed them how to make their own. Peter didn't feel nervous or scared at all. He felt pride in his culture. He felt pride in himself, too. All right, boys and girls. So down below this, you're going to see two questions for you to answer today. It says, what tradition did Peter learn about? And how did it help him? Remember, we want to be focusing in on how do traditions help us learn about cultures? Peter was from the Ojibwe culture. What tradition did he learn about from Nokomis? And then, what traditions do you take part in? And if you haven't come to our class discussions, you'll know we've spent some time just focusing on what are some of the traditions we had. We had a lot of students share traditions about like hunting every year, getting together with people. We heard people talk about making special pancakes on birthdays. We learned a couple people that make some very special meals that help celebrate their culture. So, for example, we had somebody talk about some egg rolls that they make. So think on that. What are your traditions? Lastly, the other thing that we are going to go over today is just to really briefly look at these. Good readers visualize. Remember, you want to be drawing pictures in your head. So if you read the story, listen to the story now. Close your eyes and just see if you can take yourself there. When Nokomis got that box down and blew the dust off, I could see that in my head, how that would look. Then something that we'll be doing, right now and today, we're going to be sequencing this story. So we're going to be working on who are the characters, what's the setting, and then the plot. The plot is what happens. What happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Because when we tell stories, it's important to go first, next, then, and last. Awesome. Beyond that, we talked a little bit about realistic fiction, making sure you understand that, hey, it's a made-up story, but it really could happen. There's a beginning, middle, and an end, and it has some illustrations and some dialogue. We're going to come back to context clues tomorrow. All right, class. That is your time for now. I hope you can answer those questions down below. Make sure you press turn in when you're done. Bye-bye.